Hey everyone, welcome to Jab's Expensive Paper. I am Bax, and we've got my masked luchador friend Jay. Along with us is also our special guest Ricky from All Sorts of Words. He'll be joining us today, and we'll be talking about a whole bunch of cool random stuff that he's brought with to share on the show. But before we hand it over to Ricky, first, Jay, do you want to talk about something near and dear to all of our hearts?
Yeah, unfortunately, our friend Brandon, beloved member of the community and fellow YouTube content creator, um, suffered a tragedy and lost his house to a fire on Sunday. The house was a total loss. He lost his comic book collection. He lost his wife's equipment. She's a photographer. She has cameras, computers, stuff that she needs to work. We're just rallying together to help him rebuild. He's paid it forward many times, so I think it's time for us to pay it back. Just do our little part. There's a link in the description, in the rolling description. If you can spare $1 or $2, anything helps, would be greatly appreciated. Brandon, we just want you to know that we are with you. Our heart is with you. Our thoughts are with you. And anything you need, don't hesitate to call. We'll be happy to help in any way we can.
Yep, we're here for you.
And with that, our distinguished guest, fellow collector, published author, fellow YouTube content creator, Ricky from All Sorts of Words. Thank you for joining us, Ricky.
Hey, I'm excited to hang out. I just like to talk to nerdy people about nerdy stuff.
That's
So do we.
exactly what we like.
Cool. Yeah. So I'll do the I'll get the self promotion out of the way. Just get out of the way.
Yep.
Gotta plug it.
Go for it.
You can look me up on Amazon. My name is Ricky, Racky. Last name male like letters, hot like this beat is. And I am an author. This is my first book, The Amazing Mrs. Kadabra, which is a young adult fantasy novel. And then my most recent book that just came out, Something Awful, which is a horror novel. And then I'm currently I'm literally writing my third book right now, 15 short stories about people shitting their pants.
Nice.
Yeah. It's literally the title of the book. It's going to be 15 short stories that all at one point in time feature someone shitting their pants.
Well, cool. If it's anything like your second novel, I think you have something, because I started reading the second book, and we'll talk about it later. But
sure.
It's captivating. I started and I'm like, I'm just gonna dig, one chapter, one little bit, one little bite, and I wasn't able to put it down, and now I'm halfway through. So.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's great to hear. Thank you. So do you guys? I mean, I don't know if you guys like comic books, but is that like a thing here?
Cool. They're okay.
I don't think the walls really reflect that, but like a little bit.
I look at them.
But it's one of the many things we like. From your videos, I know you like video games too, and movies.
I
and
do.
All that
What is everybody playing right now? Like, what's got your attention right now for games?
Right now, I'm playing Clear Obscure Expedition 33.
That's on my list.
It's good. It's hard AF.
Okay.
The combat, it's fun, but it's very parry centered.
Okay.
So if you don't have your timing right, you're not going to defeat a bunch of the monsters in that game. It's rough.
But are you getting good?
Oh, I'm getting better, but I definitely have to put a lot of hours into it just to get the pairing right. And obviously every character is different. So I recommend actually playing it with headphones, because there's a lot of sound that is the cue more than the visual to the attack from the enemy. So
interesting.
Found that out just because my wife was in a live stream too with one of her friends. So that the game wouldn't come up in hers, I put on my headphones and I'm like, oh, this is easier with headphones. So I'd recommend trying that if you play it.
Interesting.
Nice.
Bax, what are you up to?
I sold my Switch a while ago, like probably like 6 months before Switch 2 came out. And then I was lucky enough to pick up a Switch 2. So I have like a backlog of Nintendo games that I'm just like working through. I just finished Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I really liked the mechanics of that one. That was fun, and it was kind of like it was like a nice bite-size version of Zelda. I don't know if you guys have played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm a very big Zelda fan.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, yeah, those games are massive. So yeah, the Echoes of Wisdom was just kind of like a nice. I liked both of those, by the way. I'm not complaining at all. It was just like a nice switch up from what those games were.
And it was the first time you get to play as Zelda in like a proper entry.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, like I said, like the mechanics of that were just really fun. I thought there were some good puzzles. I like the fact that like you could turn into a Link-like character, right, with like the sword and his shield and weapons, but it was very limited. So it required more thought of like, okay, these resources that you acquire, these echoes, like how do you use those to get through what you need to get through? So it's pretty fun.
Sick.
Recommended.
Yeah, it's on my list too. 2 games that are on my list.
What are you playing, Ricky?
If I'm not playing Balatro, which is like I like roguelikes. I will go balls deep in a roguelike. Like I've probably put 2,000 hours into like Binding of Isaac. But I love roguelikes, and so Balatro is like right up my alley, and I put like 60 hours into that since I started. And then I'm playing Yakuza 5. It's the other one that I'm playing right now.
Haven't played Yakuza 5. I played, what was it? One of the Dragon ones. Yakuza.
Oh, Like a Dragon?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, if you play nothing else, Yakuza 0. It's standalone. It's the first in the series. You can get in, you can get out, and it is, honestly, it's the best in the series so far.
Nice. I will have to check it out. It will be on the backlog of games along with 30 others that are just sitting there and not enough time.
Yep. I had someone telling me at work about Mafia, the Old Country. That hadn't been, I guess that's new. It really hadn't been on my radar, but I really like those. I played like the first 3 Mafias. So I'll have to check that one out too. But
nice.
Yeah.
And then for movies, so every Sunday I watch a new samurai movie. Samurai Sunday. Well, me and my dog do. I don't know if she's really keeping up and paying attention, but she hasn't passed any of the quizzes, so I don't know if she's really watching them with me. But I just watched. It's the first of a trilogy called. It's called the Samurai Trilogy, and it's the first one is Miyamoto Musashi, and it's like this. Like the Japanese have like a Robin Hood myth of a guy called Miyamoto Musashi, and like. He was a real person, but like a lot of the truth of it has been kind of glamorized, and it's way bigger than it was. And he, it's like he's kind of like a bandit who wants to be a samurai, and he becomes a samurai, but he's like still wild. And then a priest locks him in a room with books for 3 years and says like, read everything. And he's like, okay. And he comes out like normal, like, but it is very like mythologized, but it was cool, and there's 2 more in the series.
Nice.
Go ahead, Max.
Do you have like 4K collection or anything like that?
So the bottom. So this is fun for collectors. The bottom fell out of DVDs. Fell the fuck right out. You can get whole complete anime series for like $20 for like all 28 discs, because it fell out. And so like if you were a little nerd like me, tubbily walking around the mall, and you find yourself in an FYE, and there were those like $300 anime sets that you're like, who even in 1998, who fucks with this stuff? But now that like I turned 40 in July, all this stuff is now on eBay for like literally like $10. Like I bought all of Evangelion for $15. It's come the box set and everything, and I'm like, hell yeah, I don't care if it's DVD. I don't need to see the pixels on every nip.
Yeah. I got you. Well, if you ever do venture into 4K, I recommend Seven Samurai. I thought that they did a phenomenal transfer.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, yeah, it's beautiful what they did with the Criterion 4K release. So
I always remember that. Whenever anyone mentions Seven Samurai, I know I love that movie because I always think of the same part where, and nothing even happens on camera. The dude, like, he disappears in the middle of the night and he comes back the next day, and there's like reports of like, dude, like 30 people got killed in their camp. What happened?
Yeah,
He's like, don't worry about it.
yeah,
The best part of the movie, and there's not even a fight on camera.
yep, yeah. That movie's awesome. That movie is so great.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ricky, I hear you brought some stuff to show us.
I brought so much dumb shit. We'll start with okay, so I'm filming it this week. I'm probably taking the week off so I can film it and do it right, but I'm doing an old school like sketch video that I haven't done in so long. I want to do like sketch with like characters, and I want to do a Mr. Rogers Neighborhood kind of deal where I'm oh hey kids, let me read you a book, and then it like kind of horror cuts to a fuzzy screen that says like not for kids, and then cuts right back to me. Like, I'm going to make it clear that it's not for kids, but I'm going to be talking to the audience like they're kids, and I'm going to go over like, oh my sad sock puppet friend needs to be cheered up. Let's read this Death of Power comic book. I don't know if you know anything about this.
Nope.
It is a savage Ren and Stimpy close-up retelling of the death of Superman, and it is the most graphic, disgusting, tentacle rapey nonsense you've ever read. And it's not like, okay, I'll show you something like I'm Superman's fighting like their allegory for Doomsday. Like, first of all, look at that gore.
And that's the cover.
That's the back. So that's the end of the issue. They both killed each other. That's the cover, and it has like kind of an Action Comics kind of trade dress.
Yep.
But it's Superman fighting Doomsday, and it really is. It's like Ren and Stimpy close-ups of, like, you know, when they do the and they show something grow. Imagine that is all of the art in the comic book. For example, you have Superman shoving his hand up to the ground and then putting it in the butt of Doomsday, and then he yanks out his guts. I can't show that one, but he does yank out his butthole guts. And then
that is bonkers.
It reveals I'll cover it reveals his wang, which then turns into a multi-wanged wang, and then he uses that wang to knock out Superman's teeth. It's just so wild and gross. And it's a retelling of the death of Superman.
Okay.
And then the story keeps going after the death of Superman. Lois Lane is revealed to have always loved Lex Luthor, and she's so thrilled that Superman finally died. They celebrate by she goes down on him while they put his corpse on a rocket and shoot it off into space because they're like, we're done with him. It's so vile and ridiculous and awful.
And what's that called again?
Death of Power.
Okay.
Who publishes that?
From what's his nuts? Fucking the FOMO squad. For the life of me.
Oh.
I spoke right before this. What's
Nate?
Nate told me about, like, oh, Ricky, you should look this up. And then I looked it up online, and if you don't know anything about me, scarcity gets my nips so hard you could cut glass. It's not just the stories. I love the stories, obviously, and I love the art. But if you're like, oh, look at this art, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And you're like, oh, listen to the story. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And they're like, and you can't have it. I'm like, now I have to have it. Now I must. So he told me about it. I went online. I go to eBay, one copy on eBay. And then in the entirety of the internet, there's no other issue ones. I found a tattoo parlor / lesbian bookstore / zine seller in what's that? New Orleans. And it's called Sisters in Christ. That's the name of the store. And they like sell zines and shit. And they had issues 1 through 6. So this is the exclusive for this show. If you go to Sisters in Christ and look at Sisters in Christ comics, It's a zine seller. That is literally the only place on earth you can get the first issue anymore. And you can only get issues 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. They don't. I bought the last 5. So like, good luck finding issue 5. I guess I'll do some scans and I'll send them your way. But like, if you want the first issue, they sell it for like $10.50, and then I bought mine for $35 before I found them. But it was the last issue on eBay. There's no other issues online. It is that scarce.
Who publishes that?
Let's see. It looks indie as a mother. I don't even see like an indicia, dude. Yeah, there's no indicia. Yeah, it's like it's a dude, and his name's not even on the cover. It's not even until the other issues that they start adding his name. What a dumb shit.
I suppose we should add that.
Yeah, I'm looking, like, seriously, it's just pictures. It's like a picture book. There's barely any language. There's barely any language in it.
That is crazy.
Oh, it's wild. It's so much fun though. But yeah, it's all Ren and Stimpy. Look at that. Explode his head. But yeah, his name's not even on. I know his name shows up in a later one. Hold on. Like right on the cover, I think. No.
So that tells me that he either forgot to put his name on or decided not to put it on until seeing somebody else
like,
bought it.
I'm a child
anything
dentist.
to
I
do with
can't
it.
put my name on this.
Let's see how the reception is first.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what I'm working on for videos. For reading, I finished this yesterday. This is when you lose all your viewers. Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I love reading the classics. I literally read everything. And so like I'm working my way backwards through all the Jane Austen books, from longest to shortest. So I've read, it was Mansfield Park, Emma, Pride and Prejudice, and now I'm on to Sense and Sensibility, and there's 2 others after this, and then I'll be done. I'll read everything she did. Kurt Burdick.
I think that's who might have written that Death of Power.
Yeah, yeah. So like, I don't think he's not an up and comer. The art's gorgeous. It's fantastic, but it is sickeningly Ren and Stimpily violent. And so like, if that's not your bag, I don't know how you sell that to people.
So was that a one-man show? He wrote it and
yeah, he did everything.
Through the illustrations.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Not that there's much writing. It's usually just like Lork, Fluge. And then I started this tonight for reading. Wait Till Helen Comes. It's a 1986 young adult horror novel. And I got it because my wife's name is Helen. And so I'm in a bookstore and I'm like, I can't wait. I can't wait till she does. And so like every time I start, like I've talked about this book or whatever, I'm always saying something gross to her. But yeah, I literally just started. I'm 20 pages in and I'm 10% done. Like it's young adult is. Yeah, you can read this in an afternoon. I'll probably finish it tomorrow.
Sometimes that's what you need, though. Not work the brain too hard. Just get through those young adults and
yeah, for real.
At least get some reading done.
What else do I have? I grabbed a stack and this was on the top of it. I love this book. This is comic books to me. First question. Are you familiar with DC? You guys DC guys at all?
Somewhat.
A little bit.
Is my camera reversed?
It is. So here's the problem. But
I can fix that.
It'll show up on YouTube the right way.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay. But for us, it is.
But for yeah.
So first question. I don't know if you've ever read The Question.
No.
Steve Ditko?
No. Nope.
Very. So it's Silver Age, but it's very, very golden agey detective. She was acting a fool, so I cuffed her one. Kind of that kind of. Yeah, but it's really fun. Let's see. I grabbed. These are some of my indie favorites. First, Tank Girl.
Nice.
I
do love Tank Girl. Judge Dredd.
Oh, there we go.
You're a huge Judge Dredd fan, right?
I love Judge Dredd. I love Cyberpunk. as a concept, and I guess I didn't know I loved Cyberpunk. I played the video game. Speaking of video games, and I absolutely loved it. I played it after it came out with all the bugs, like when they fixed they fixed a bunch.
yeah.
I played it
Once they
that
fix
state.
it.
Yeah, and I absolutely loved it. I actually recently replayed it a couple weeks ago, and then I started diving down a little bit of a rabbit hole, being like, where did the word cyberpunk come from? What else is cyberpunk? Because I want more of that feeling of that like futuristic world, but like you can't afford anything. It's super futuristic, but you're still poor. so what can you afford that is kind of cool? I love that stuff. And so like I looked up recently, I was like, what was the first cyberpunk comic? And I thought they were going to tell me like Heavy Metal or something like that. No, it's Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd is apparently 77. It's the first cyberpunk comic.
That's cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. Isn't there supposed to be like a new Judge Dredd movie?
There
coming out,
is.
or-
They're making it like literally right now. So Amazon, I don't know, like maybe Jeff Bezos is like the geek we all deserved, because like he like bought as much of Lord of the Rings as they would sell him. He ruined it, but he did.
It did.
And then he hired Henry Cavill to be the James Gunn style producer of all Warhammer content moving forward, which he also bought. So in terms of like the licensing rights, like there's going to be CG movies, there's going to be a live action movie, a whole bunch of stuff. And Henry Cavill was hired to be like the lead producer of that studio. And then they're also working on, it's called Mega City 1. And it's going to be the continuation. Apparently they got Carl Urban and everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last one, wasn't it like 2013 or
dude, it was a while ago.
Yeah. 2012 maybe. Yeah. What'd you think of that one?
I loved it. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? That movie was amazing.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah. That was a great movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw it. Don't hit me.
It, man.
Don't
That's
hit
your
me.
homework.
No, you know, like for real, if you know absolutely nothing, and like if you know fuck and all about Judge Dredd, you can watch that movie and you will have a great time. It is a wild action movie. It's made it's made by the same, so it has an interesting story. I'm gonna ruin all the names.
That's fine. I wouldn't know any better. So
I'm gonna ruin all the names. But so the Judge Dredd movie that we're talking about, the one with Carl Urban, it had a director, and he was crashing out, like hard crashing out, like not showing up on set, throwing temper tantrums, and like not like, we're not filming today, I don't care if it costs the studio money, like literally ruining his career in real time. And they fired him, and the writer stepped forward, and the writer was like, I can finish this shit. And they're like, we're not gonna give you a whole other paycheck so you can be the director too. And he's like, nope, give me the shot, give me the chair, you can keep his name on the movie, I'll still be the lead, I'll be the writer, and I will take over directing, and I will finish this shit. And they were like, for real? And he's like, for real. And so he did it. The movie became what it is. And that director is the guy that went on to direct Ex Machina. So like he's a deal now. He did the studio a solid. He stepped up. He showed up for his weekend shift, and he made the movie. And so that Judge Dredd movie is now like, it's beloved. It lost a ton of money. Like nobody went to go see it, but me, my wife, and our friends. But yeah, like that's a sick movie. You would absolutely love it. I want to hear back a report. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, you would, Jay.
Okay, I got my homework.
Yeah, it's just Dredd.
I didn't realize. The connection with Ex Machina.
I'm gonna look it up, but I'll say his name. You'll know the guy's name. You'll be like, oh, that fucking guy. Yeah, that fucking guy. Here we go. Alex Garland.
Yeah.
No idea.
I know he directed something else. I'm looking him up.
Yeah, Ex Machina was crazy too. I mean, now we're getting close to that.
Oh, and he just directed 28 Years Later.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
And he directed Annihilation.
Okay.
And then Civil War, which just came out.
Haven't heard anything about that one.
Yeah, and he wrote.
I was gonna look up the reviews on 28 Years Later.
I've downloaded it. I'm a dirty, filthy pirate. If I want to see your movie, I'm going to see it, and I don't necessarily want to pay you. But if I love your movie, I'll buy it.
Sounds fair.
All right. Well, we didn't hear that. So 88%.
Oh, sorry. I said I'll steal your movie if I want it for free.
So it's 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. But
no, apparently he wrote 28
wrote
years
it.
later.
Okay.
And Annihilation. For directing, he's done Warfare, which is coming out this year, Civil War, Men, which is weird, and then Annihilation and Ex Machina. Yeah, sick. Anyway, speaking of movies.
Cool.
Speaking of movies. Oh, last thing about 1977. Obviously, you know, not Jay, what's the big date with 1977?
The year I was born.
And you're sitting in front of a wall of it.
The year Star Wars came out.
The year Star Wars came out. And for you history nerds out there, it was the last year they killed someone by guillotine in France.
No shit. 1977, they still were using a
literally,
guillotine?
like everybody has that reaction. It's like, nuh-uh, guillotine. The year Star Wars came out is the same year Judge Dredd came out. 77 is the same year that was the last guillotine death in France.
Learn something new every day.
You learn something new every day. And then, okay, speaking of movies, I love this book so much. It's literally just a page. But this is the free giveaway that was Godzilla versus Megalon at the theaters.
Okay.
And this was the free giveaway comic they gave out. Oh, hey, it's Brandon. Hey,
there he is.
Brandon.
Hey. Hi, buddy.
We're all just like, oh, hey, pal.
Hey.
Have any good barbecue lately? Poor kid.
Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Yes.
Yeah. Literally the first thing that he said in that post was like, the family's okay. And you're like, oh, that's fuck the house. the irreplaceable stuff got out.
Yeah, because at the first, you know how Instagram sometimes just shows you whatever the hell it wants. If you have multiple pictures, it won't show you always the first. So it showed me like the last one where all you see is the house torch. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? I hope everyone's okay. And then when I started reading, I read that it was okay. But my heart stopped for a minute there because I'm like, seriously, what's going on? Thanks.
Yeah, and the first picture makes it look like it's not so bad. You know what I mean? Like the first picture, you see the house and you see the fire and you're like, oh no, like a kitchen fire. You know, those happen all the time. And it just got worse and worse.
Hot top 10 dropping this week on Mon Comics. How hot? Crispy? Too soon?
Oh, buddy. You got to laugh to stop from crying. Well, we miss you, buddy.
We sure do.
Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah. So Godzilla.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Yeah. So it was like a free giveaway they gave if you went to the theaters. Yeah. And it's a single sheet. It's not like it's a comic.
Yeah, it's not an actual book, but
it's like one sheet.
Oh, okay.
Literally
they went through that effort of folding it.
This right here, that's the first appearance of Godzilla.
That's cool.
First appearance of Godzilla in comics.
In comics, yes. The first appearance of Godzilla is unfortunately a movie, and I can't own it. Actually, see, this is the rabbit hole in me. The first appearance of the Godzilla prototype was an author, and he's a sci-fi author, and they asked him to write the movie. And so he wrote a book first, which isn't good. They translated it to English last year, and I read it, and it is really, really, I don't know if it's the translation or what, but it's really bad. But yeah, then they made the movie after that. So you could say like the manga is his first appearance in comics, if you consider manga a comic, which I don't, but who knows? You're all weird. This is the oldest thing I own, and this is that Addams Family book. August 1938.
Oh, wow.
The first appearance of, it's just Morticia and the Addams Family as a concept, but like they evolve over time in terms of like adding the personality and the names we would get to know. I should stick a sticky note in here. I'm stupid. This is what I do because I always try to show off this book. Like we have friends come over, or like we'll have a repairman, and I'll be like, "Hey, you want to see something cool?" And he's like, "Dude, I got to get out of here." And I was like, "The door's locked, asshole. Come here. Let me show you this." Give me a second. Stalling for time. Talk amongst yourselves. Peanuts are neither a pea nor a nut. Okay. That's the first appearance of the Addams Family.
That's cool.
It's the whole gag is like there's no text to it. The whole gag is just this guy. Actually, is there text to it? Yeah, there is. It's just a guy selling a vacuum to people in like a spooky haunted house.
Yeah.
But they would add different characters over time, and
Oh.
I love the Addams Family. But this is the oldest thing I own, and it's a ghost. It's an actual ghost, and I have the receipts to prove it. It went up for auction, and the auction ended on Halloween night, 2024. And I was like, "This is like I'm supposed to have this book."
That's pretty cool.
What year is that?
38. Same. It's 2 months. Superman is 2 months old when this book came out.
Wow.
Yeah, August
New
1938.
York, August 1938.
That looks
First
like it's in pretty good condition too, at least from.
They're hardy
but-
books. There's some
Yeah.
of them that like I've made people flinch when I'm showing off some of the books, and I'm like, these bitches, and I'm like whacking them, and people are like, that's from 1945. Stop it. But like, no, they're very hardy books, but they're heavily inked covers, super inked covers.
Yeah.
So they detach all the time.
Yeah.
This particular issue, the whole cover will come right off.
Okay.
But like if you get into collecting old New Yorkers, like you just have to get over it. There's no such thing as a pristine copy of this book that you can buy, because there's no such thing as a copy of this book that you can buy.
Yeah, well, it's like I think we've talked about before, when they were printing these things back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, even now, they're not thinking, oh, people aren't going to be talking about them in 60, 70 years. They're publishing them to be read and for people to read them, toss them. That's it. There's no quality in mind where, oh, this is going to be a collectible and it's going to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in the next century. That's not what they're for. So,
I'm
Yeah,
sure
you're absolutely right.
people...
And there's so many like anytime I see an like 60s, 70s, 80s fantasy or science fiction book, I don't care if it's 12th in the series. I don't care if it's first in the series. I don't care if it looks stupid. I'm buying it because they're going the way of the dinosaur. They're vanishing.
Yeah.
Unless you have something special about them that makes them collectible, that makes them something that a person wants to like hold on to, like the Frank Frazetta Death Dealer books. There's 4 of the bitches, but like, and there are copies out there, but you'll pay $30 a piece for a paperback from the 80s. So if you want the set, it's like $120. That's not a small ask for 4 paperback fantasy books from the 80s. But like I'll find books all the time. I found one about like, it's like almost like an isekai anime where a guy's like, he goes into a different world and he's like, oh wow, I can be a part of this world, except it's fucking mermaids. And he goes and he hangs out with mermaids and learns about their like mermaid like kung fu under the sea. And I was like, yes, get in the car. I found one. It was written by a white guy in the 70s, and it is a fairy tale based on like made up Chinese mythology. So it's pretty much just a white guy just like being like, it's called The Devil Wives of Li Fong, and it's just a white dude telling stories about stuff that he made up, and it's super offensive, but like whatever, like you'll never find it. They don't put that stuff on Kindle, you know what I mean? So if you don't have a physical copy, it's gone, baby.
Yeah. Yep.
mm-hmm.
So where do you like to find most of this stuff?
Anywhere that they sell it.
Okay.
Anywhere that they sell it. We went to a flea market a couple months ago, and they could, for the life of them, they could not sell these 70s. Oh no, there were 70s and 80s Harlequin romance novels. They could not sell them. So what they did was they filled a shopping cart. It was like a metal shopping cart, and they parked it up by the registers and put a free sign on it. And I was like, you guys have no idea what you just did. like I hope you wanted the room quickly, because I'm taking them. And I'm the proud owner of like 125 Harlequin romance novels. I already read one of them, It was called Dream House, and my God, there was so much spanking fantasy in it. It was wild. I was like, oh, it was a story of a publisher, and he has this assistant, and she's like, I'm quitting. I did my last job. No more for me. And their star writer has like gone quiet. He's not handing over the manuscript, and he just started building a house in the middle of nowhere. And so they're all like, what's this mystery? We got to find out. So he sends the girl, and she goes up there, and you're like, okay, he's building a house. He's got some trauma. He's working through some emotional stuff. That's fine. But then just like random bouts of just spank fantasy, like hand on bottom fantasy. She'll like mouth off, and he'll like swat her ass, and you're like, where did that come from? And she's all about it. And I'm like, people in the 80s were freaks. But yeah, like I said, I'll read anything. I will read anything.
That's cool. So yeah, flea market's been good. You mentioned eBay.
eBay is where you go. eBay's where you go when you know exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But the curious are still rewarded. I have the 5 swipe method. So like if you're looking for something, right? Plug it in, whatever it is. And then, when you hit that bottom where they start like you're past all the issues that you want, and they start recommending like hair clips and shit. Like just random. How did this even connect to Spider-Man 229? But then I call it the 5 swipe method. I give it 5 more full swipes, and I keep looking, because I swear to God, I have found some of the best deals in my life off of a comic I was looking for. 4 swipes down, and I'm like, no one even knows this is here. I got it was Vampirella 1 through 12, the last issue, the 2 annuals, and then this like special they did in the middle. It was like issue like 50. And this was this guy's Vampirella collection. And I was looking for a Vampirella 1, and of course I'm in the top where it's like 800, 700, 600. And then I get down to like Vampirella 1 reprints. I gave it the 5 swipe method, and there's this collection, and he's asking $375. I put in my bid for $375. I watched it all week, and I was just like, there's no way I'm going to win it. I don't want to go above $375. That's not where my budget is. And I won the bitch. And so I got Vampirella for like under $400 in the first 12 issues. The first issue goes for hundreds of dollars. The question book that I saw, same deal. Guy had a lot of the books, but question number 1 was in the middle of it. It's usually like, I don't know, $200, $300, but like I got issues 1 through 5 and issue 1 of his series for like $160, I think.
Okay.
Give it a shot.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to try that next time.
Yeah, I typically don't buy stuff off eBay. I'll use it to look at comps, last sold of some of the stuff. But there's just so much stuff, and some of the sellers are so dodgy on eBay that I try to stay away from it. But I'll try your method.
Yeah, give it a shot. And then especially if you're looking for like weird and old stuff, like if you're looking for strange stuff, that's eBay's where it's at. Because like people who find the strange stuff usually don't know what it is. They just put everything on eBay. You go to their store, and it's like, here's a rubber banded pack of pencils, and you're like, it's nonsense in their store. But then they'll occasionally have like a New Yorker, and you're like, oh, that's the first Uncle Fester.
Yeah, they'll have like 10,000 items in their store, and all of them are completely different and have nothing to do with one another.
Yeah, and I always wonder, like, how do you, if I do buy this bag of buttons, do you know where this bag of buttons is right now? Or are you going to make me wait 3 weeks before you cancel my order because you can't find the bag of buttons?
Yeah, I don't know. I've sold. Actually, I've never sold on eBay. I think the only thing I sold was on your account, Bax, the one time. It was the one book.
Yeah, because you want me to sell that for you. Yeah.
Because I didn't want to go through the account. I didn't have any feedback. Feedback matters.
Yeah.
So I think, you put it up for me, and that's the only thing I've ever sold on eBay. And it wasn't even on my account.
I sold my Amiibo collection on eBay. That got me a lot of money.
I bet it did. I sold way too early. Man. Seeing what those go for now, it's crazy.
Yeah, I sold it in the middle, like it hadn't exploded, but like I had everything. I sold my Game of Thrones Funko Pop collection. I sold that during the last season. I sold one for $650.
Man, you timed that right.
It was perfect. And it was the Renly Baratheon with the crown. And it was like, who gives a shit about this guy that was in 2 seasons and then died and had like a total of 6 lines. And so like nobody wanted his Funko Pop, but when the show was at its height, at its most hype, they were making Funkos out of every character they could because everybody was buying them.
Yeah.
And so that one sold for like $650. I had a Joffrey with a crossbow that sold for like $250. It was a lot.
Wow.
That went for a lot. And then I sold my Hero Clicks collection.
Okay.
Back when it was Hero Clicks and not what it is now. But yeah.
That's cool.
Now, are you, speaking of buying on eBay, are you looking for anything right now? Is anything on your radar? Are you like, whenever you sit on the toilet, you type in this one book every time because you want to tempt yourself?
Yeah, I've got stuff that I'm watching. Just looking for, I'm trying to get, I really like the Marvel Zombie comics, and I started collecting those maybe like, I don't know, a few years ago. So I just got this one in the mail. The homage to ASM 50 right there. So yeah, those have just been kind of fun, but yeah, that's the kind of stuff I've just been looking for recently. And then I just going off topic of eBay. I found this guy at Barnes and Noble. This is X-Men the manga remastered. I didn't even know this thing existed, but it's pretty thick. I'm excited to like dive into it. The art looks pretty cool.
Did they reverse it for a comic? Like, do you read it? Like,
no, it's
like
still manga. Like, you still read it. Yeah.
Still read it backwards?
Yeah.
Well, backwards to us.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that is cool.
So, yeah, those are my recent pickups. But
yeah, I literally found out today, like this morning, that Marvel Zombies was like a pejorative. Like, comic book people in the 70s and 80s were always into comics. You know what I mean? They read everything. Yeah. But they made fun of kids who came in to just buy and read Marvel comics. And the name they came up with is like, oh, it's one of those Marvel zombies. Doesn't want to read anything else. Doesn't care about the art form. He just wants to read Marvel. So like, I literally found that out today.
Huh. I just found that out right now. That's cool.
I was today years old when I found that out too.
Yeah, like okay, cool. I felt stupid. I was like, wow, is that why they called it Marvel Zombies? But yeah, that's why they called it. They could have called it anything, like Day of the whatever.
Yeah, undead, but, something. Yeah.
Sure, but Marvel Zombies apparently has like a special meaning for comic book stores making fun of the kids who like, these kids don't have any fucking taste. They just want to read Marvel.
Huh.
That's so cool.
Well, they cashed in because they still have merch for that books and have a series coming out, cartoon. Looks pretty sick, actually.
Yeah, Jay. Yeah, I remember you shared that with me. Was it earlier last week or this week? I can't remember.
Sometime in the past week or two. But it looks sick. TV mature.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'll watch it.
Yeah,
right around Halloween. So
yeah, I like zombies.
Yeah, it's definitely past like I remember when like America had like its zombie day, like everything. I mean, The Walking Dead was just so hot, like it was such a hot show, and then it just seemed like zombie movies were coming out left and right, and it's really died down. So
we did need to pack them up for a little bit, though.
Yeah,
you know
a little bit. It was Same
thing with vampires. Vampires needed a break.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think we just tend to oversaturate everything. That something becomes trendy and just don't let it die. And just keep pumping content. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Just keep cashing in.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, kind of. if you buy it, you know what I mean? And then when a lot of people buy it, they start making it right away. But then it takes like 2 years to get it. But then other people in the meantime are making imitations. And so by the time you get the sequel to the thing that you really wanted, you're sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's consumerism at its finest.
I know. Nothing's safe. I saw a video today. Like the people that are like really weird kind of manosphere weirdos about the new Superman movie are just like fascinating to me. It's like a train wreck. I can't look away. If you're not in the Superman fandom sphere, there is a group of people who believe that if they could get this Superman movie to fail, the new one that just came out, if they could get this movie to fail, Warner Brothers will hire back Zack Snyder.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
will
yeah.
hire,
I've
they'll
heard about
hire
this.
everybody back, and then
Yeah,
mom and dad will get back together,
yeah.
and then Tracy will start picking up my calls again, and then everything will go back to the way that it should be, and they'll get their movie sequels that they've always wanted. They really believe that like this is the case, and so like they've got this like almost insane look in their eyes when they start talking about like if the movie just fails, it'll all work out.
Yeah,
And so
it's
they
so
want it
wild
to
to
fail.
me.
Oh,
It's
dude, it's
like
wild.
Are these even real people, or is it Zack Snyder with a bunch
No,
of
like,
monkey butts doing it?
Dude,
I think
next
this
time
is like
next
a
time you're on
community.
Instagram and you see anything, literally anything about the new Superman movie, click on the comment section. It is a war zone. You will see those people show up and they'll be like, this movie sucked. Diaper baby, Superboy, bitch baby, cries all the time.
What I want to know is where the Snyderverse fans were when the Snyderverse was alive, because
Yo, you said it. You
I
said
mean,
it.
people were complaining about it because it was
Yeah,
too
weren't they all
dark
crapping
and it
on it?
was
Yeah.
they're not my Superman and all this stuff, and they were bitching about it. And these are the same people that want it back because they're having an accurate, for the most part, comic accurate Superman. It's just crazy.
I think
Maybe it is bots, man.
I don't know. No, because they have YouTube channels, homie. They have
Oh,
YouTube
okay.
channels. There's two channels in particular. One I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. Like I would give him the shout out just because I do watch his videos. He's trash and his opinions are dog shit, but I still listen to the man. The other one, whose opinions are also dog shit. His name is Harsh Critics, I think, and it's just one guy. He every single night he stands naked in the moonlight, rubs his weenus, and wishes to become a Kevin Samuels, but he can't. And so his next best bet is to like grift men into believing that the new Superman is somehow a challenge to their masculinity. I know it sounds like I'm doing like a weird Mad Libs of nonsense, but I promise you, this is a real human being. He has a job, I believe. But he talks. He's made something like 55 videos in 2 months exclusively about James Gunn and how bad and like how the numbers they're giving us are lies because it's a conspiracy. Dude, I'm not even playing. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Lots of weirdos online.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Those DC zombies.
I know.
DC zombies.
Because
Way
I
to bring it
absolutely
home.
like okay. I brought my 3 favorite books of all time because like I said, I didn't know what we're going to be talking about. These are my 3 favorite books of all time. I'm currently reading next to my bed is a stack of the first 12 issues of the Legion of Superheroes.
Nice.
First Legion.
Yeah, this is my I have their first 200 appearances in comics. I went through the Legion of Superheroes reading order. I found a list on Google, and I just went issue by issue. I bought them all. I absolutely love the Legion of Superheroes. And what a lot of people don't know, Legion of Superheroes, although they're nobodies now, and most people don't really care, they were the #1 comic, beating out the X-Men through most of the 80s. Like during like the height of like, oh, Chris Claremont, he's the most legendary author of all time. Like during the time he was getting his ass handed to him by the Legion of Superheroes of all characters. It's wild. They were big in the 70s too. And then that's my baby.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Nuts.
Yeah, 252. First Supergirl, which, as you can imagine, like I thought it would have gone up more than it did with her cameo at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Totally didn't. Like most of the books went up by like $200-$300, but I think people are happy with this book being like a $2,500 book. I don't think they want it to be more than that, so it isn't. But This one, however, shot through the roof. This is my favorite book of all time. Adventure 210, First Crypto.
Nice.
Look at that little you look at him.
There it is.
God damn.
What a rascal.
What a rascal. But yeah, that's it. So you can imagine when I left the theaters, I was very pleased.
I'm sure. Like, that's money in the bank.
I was like, yeah, it was. So the only issue that I've ever seen sold over and over again for the crypto one, is it's usually like anywhere between like a 1.5 and a 3.0. Those I've seen change hands, but like higher grades, when you get into the thousands of thousands, like people just aren't paying it for that. That book, they're just not.
Yeah.
But the day before the trailer dropped, the teaser where it was like crypto, he whistles and crypto runs to him.
Mm-hmm.
The day before that trailer dropped, go to the eBay sales page if you don't believe me. The day before the trailer dropped, a 3.0 copy sold for $2,000. The day after the trailer dropped, so it was the day before, the day of, the day after, another 3.0 sold, and that one went for $3,500. So like there was a $1,500 jump in 48 hours.
Yeah.
It's an annoying book to find. There's less than 100 in the census.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What did you think of the movie?
I liked it. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's. Like I was telling Paul in the previous episode. I like that he didn't have to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end, he's not the one who has to show up to save the day and stop a war. He trusted just his gang. Even when him and Louis are arguing, and you can see Hawk Girl and Green Lantern fighting whatever it is, it's like, they can handle it. Like, he doesn't have to be everywhere and do everything. And he got his ass kicked a few times, which growing up, to me, that was a thing. I did not read a lot of Superman. I did not like him a lot because I'm like, the guy's invincible. What are you going to throw at him that is going to actually defeat him? You know, Then enter Doomsday when I was growing up, but that's a different story, right? So it portrays a very different Superman than I think what a lot of people have, at least as a concept in their mind. So I enjoyed it a lot.
Right. Yeah. I thought casting was really well done too. I didn't really have any complaints in that area. So yeah. What did you think, Ricky?
I loved it. Yeah. I mean, I liked it a lot. It's kind of, I'm super biased because I never believed I'd live in a world where I get a crypto movie.
Yeah.
I mean, crypto was like all over that shit.
I know. As soon as I sent you that trailer, you were all over it.
Yeah, dude, wild. But that was fun. I liked how it felt like it was a universe I was in. A lot of superhero movies, like the Thor movie, feels like the universe is just populated with Thor. It doesn't feel like a fully fleshed out, like, oh, there's heroes everywhere. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It doesn't feel like that. But like the first Captain America movie, it's like, it's very much like it's him in this world, and it's very isolating. But like this was like, it's Superman, but yeah, there's like a bunch of other heroes, man, and they all have their opinions and they all have their lives, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like that.
Yeah, Jay, I think you said that last time we talked about it, like crypto was like the heart of that movie, and I felt like that's true. He just, I don't know.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he was great. And then, Kara at the end, I think she's great too. And
it was like hilarious. It was like one line, it was like,
yeah, thanks for looking after my dog, bitch.
Yeah, and their relationship where he's like slamming her into the ground, that was adorable.
Yeah, she's just loving it. It was like, that's awesome.
That's why the dog is the way the dog is. And that's why he doesn't listen to Cal, because she lets him run rampant, which is fine. It's their dynamic. That's great.
Superman had that's a common, I would say it's not a, I don't know if it's a misconception, but like a lot of the time Superman is very invulnerable. You know what I mean? Like when he's rolling up on a bank heist, what are you going to do to Superman? Like, it's just silly. There's even this one image during the death of Superman. It's right before, when they're still at the end of the death of Superman preview issues, like Doomsday hasn't shown up yet. There'll be a story completely unrelated to Doomsday. It's just a Superman story, but at the end of it, it's like a a fist hitting a wall, and it says like soon, like his fist is. They're telling you like this big deal's coming. They were advertising it, but there's one issue where like Superman's rolling up into bank robbers and they're all shooting at him, and John Bogdanove drew him in this like kind of like the bullets are hitting him, and he's just like, guys,
Really,
like
guys?
you see the S. What did you think the outcome? Now you're all guilty of attempted murder. Congratulations, dickheads. But in the comics, like they gave him so many weaknesses, like all the time. They rolled up with like new ways to depower him.
New kryptonite and
So yeah, the kryptonite, those are all the different colors, but like a common one, a lot of people forget, electricity. Like high levels of electricity would put him on his ass all the time, and like he would talk about it. They even have like an homage to it in the Fleischer cartoons when he's like holding these two cables together to become the conduit to like create this connection, and it's kicking his ass. There was that magic.
Yeah.
Magic. I hate magic is a Superman catchphrase that a lot of people don't know. He says like, I hate magic all the time. Because like fire doesn't burn him, but if you cast a magic fire spell, it burns like it would burn any of us.
Yeah.
So yeah, he'll get hit with like a fireball and he's like, oh, I can take it. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, Superman, he gets it in the comics.
Yeah.
It's probably also the era that I grew up in, 90s comics. Storylines weren't all that great. So
they were not. When you say 90s comics stories weren't that great, what is the first one that comes to your mind?
Oh God. Where do I even begin? A lot of people love it, but I did not like Nightfall. The entire Batman gets his back broken by Bane, and I didn't like it. Azrael, because I didn't like him. At first I thought, oh, Gemfall could be cool, but then he puts on that whole armor thing and they changed the entire suit into like a Lex Luthor type battle armor. It's like, what the hell is this? What are we doing? And the reason that I didn't like it too is because, they go back now, and Bane's one of his most powerful nemesis. Same thing with Doomsday and Superman, but it's like, where were these guys, in the last 60 years? They just pop up and be two of the main characters, superheroes in history. Like, I hated that. What about you?
Interesting. Spawn sucks.
Oh man,
dude. I mean, beautiful art, cool character design. That story, I couldn't wipe my ass with it. It's so bad. Yeah, like I remember, like the first time you meet Malbolgia, like the devil.
Yep.
The first time you meet it, the line is like, I don't even want to ruin my reputation by trying to like write something as bad because I can't remember it word for word, but it's like, I bet you sick puppies didn't mean to meet me. And you're like, what the fuck? This is the devil. And you talk like a 9-year-old kid in 92. So bad. It's so bad.
It is very stereotypical of the 90s and the slang they were trying to use. Yes.
News beats. Like that he didn't know how to tell a story. And so he did the Frank Miller thing where like it was like news anchors with a wall of text. Yep. The beginning of the book is like probably like 800 words of like 2 anchors. Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, that could have been better.
Spawn. That and Death of Superman actually sucks. It's really bad. I went on when I got back into collecting comics in 2020. Originally I wanted to just have collections of stuff that I wanted to read. I was like, I'm going to make runs. I'm going to read everything that I want. I'm going to read it in order. And one of the first ones I did was The Death of Superman. I went on comicbookreadingorder.com, found the entire list, printed it off, went to stores, checked it off one book at a time. And I'm reading it. And it's so bad. And I'm having such a bad time. But then towards the end, like around when Mongol blows up Coast City, for Green Lantern's hometown.
Yep.
They have a Green Lantern issue. So it's mostly Man of Steel, Superman Action Comics, Man of Steel, Superman Action Comics, and then like Supergirl when it gets into Funeral for a Friend and stuff. But later on in the series, towards the end, there's a Green Lantern book, and I'm reading it, and I could feel cold water being poured over my hot brain for like, wow, this is what writing is like. Because you're reading so much bullshit for so long, you kind of become numb to it. And then this random Green Lantern issue, and it had like a description of the scene and like character voice. And I was just like, oh, I was so felt like I came up for air. Like, it was awful. So, yeah, Death of Superman's really, really goddamn bad. Bax, like, what do you think of when I say bad 90s?
Man, like I was watching animated, like Superman the animated series, Batman the animated series, Spider-Man. I really wasn't reading a ton of comics back then. Like I would go to comic stores and like I would pick up like some random like Batman issue, or I'd see something on a shelf like high up that I'd really want, you know. Later on when I was a little older, and Jay, we've talked about this before, but seeing like Secret Wars #8, it was just like, what is this issue? There's always things that like grabbed me. I was like, I want that someday. So, you know, I never got the chance to like dive into those stories as a kid. And some of them like I haven't got around to reading. So yeah, I can't talk to the bad writing of the 90s. It's just I wasn't exposed to it.
Oh, you're better for it.
Lucky.
Yeah, it does steal a little sparkle from your eye when you live. There's something of you that's lost.
Yeah.
When you read a really bad comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there were plenty. Still are some, but
yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to show us today, Ricky?
No, I mean that was it. I mean, I appreciate you guys having me on. This has been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely fun. Thanks for joining. We'll have to do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
And with that, I think we're coming to a close. Bax, you want to take us away?
Take us away. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching.
All right.
Until next time, keep flipping those pages.
See you on the next issue.